me, Psycho. I'd like to give a shout out to all my fans, my family, my supporters. Y'all check me out on Facebook, Psycho. My brother D-Real. Shout out to my brother D-Real. He's my older brother. He is 2 years older than me. He's 18. I'm 16. He started when he was 16, and I started when I was 14. Man, just he would always, after school or at home, he would just be freestyling, and it was like, damn, this dude's good. And he asked me one time, if I wanted to rap. Him and his my homeboy too, Rhino. His name's Rhino. He goes by Rhino. They asked if I wanted to rap. I said, yeah, let me give it a shot. I started, writing these lyrics, and I'm not gonna lie, they used to write my lyrics for me, but that's because I was barely starting, and that's how I got started on rapping. I remember, I've made music with just those two brothers of mine, Rhino and D-Real. I was actually in a group. We were first called The Young and the Ugly, and we changed that name to Crazy Ways. We were in a group for a while since we first had met. So, before we had recorded any music, for about 4 years, we were in that group, and we were called The Young and Ugly, and changed to Crazy Ways. Recording my first song I was nervous as hell, man. I remember that day like it was yesterday. Mr. Rob Zilla and now his wife Dara had picked me, Rhino, and D-Real up to record our first track called This Is Me. And I remember before they picked me up, D-Real did not have a verse. And I was like, bro, you gotta get a verse. We wrote a verse in less than 10 minutes, man. 10 minutes. It was hell. We got there and we recorded that track, and I was the first verse up, and I was nervous. You can hear it in the song. The song is called This Is Me. Look up The Young and the Ugly on YouTube and you will find that song. That's what it's called, This Is Me. And you can just hear me shaking. I was just nervous, but when I finished, I was so proud of it. I look back at it now and it was like, damn, I had no studio experience whatsoever, man. Performing my songs, it just gets me hyped. Anybody who see me live, I can name a few people. My parents, of course. Rob Zilla see me live. Insanity has seen me live. They know that I jump on that stage and I'm jumping up and down. I go into the crowd, because mentor Rob Zilla, he would do that, and I see it's a lot of fun, so I started doing it, and it just feels awesome because people are just bobbing their heads. Some people are jumping up and down with me. By the second hook, people are singing along, and it's amazing. It's a wonderful experience. My family, like everybody else has said, of course your family is going to be behind you. My parents, shout out to my jefe Natas, my mom PHP. Shout out to my tío Oski for getting me started, in a way, for giving us the name Crazy Ways. To my brother D-Real, my brother Day, my sister Jazzy, my older brother Joey, aka Money. I want to get him on the track. That's my older brother. I'm sorry if I forget everybody, man. I'm Mexican. I have a big old family. My tia Cristina, my tío Graham. Shout out to them. They motivate me. They support me. And they're the ones who really believe in me. But in case you get mad, my girlfriend Alexis, she supports me. Let's call that cheesy. I don't care. Rob Zilla gave me a chance. I remember meeting him the first time ever at the mall, and he had already known my brothers D-Real and Rhino, and he says, will you help us out, help out Ugly Swag, and I'll give you your opportunity. In a way I was like, nah, I don't believe it. A lot of people had told us that, and I just never believed it. So we went and helped him out at the Liquid Assassin tour, or the show at the House of Rock. We helped him set him up with his banner. We've helped him sell his merch. I actually, one time he was in Blonsky uniform, and it was last year at the Bug Day Parade. I have a good memory, Rob. Last year at the Bug Parade Day, he didn't have nobody. Everybody was busy, and he didn't have nobody to go with because he can't talk in the Blonsky outfit. That's the way he is. And he hit me up, and I said, "Yeah, I'm down. You come get me, and I got you." You know, I remember, going and helping him out with that while he was Blonsky and he couldn't talk. I was over here, trying to sell his CDs for him. So yeah, I mean, he brought us up. He helped us. He actually paid for our studio time to record This Is Me. So I thank him for that. Shout out to Rob Zilla. Shout out to the whole Ugly Swag movement. There are days where I feel like, I want to give up. That's the way it's going to be. It's writer's block. Yeah, I'm sure everybody has it. Will I ever give up soon? Probably not. I hate to see my family struggle. That's the reason why I started doing this music. But, yeah, there are days where I just want to drop the pen in the pad and just, go on with a normal life. Because there's thoughts that get in my head, like, I probably won't ever, see my kids grow up, or, there's just things I'm going to be missing out on. But, I mean, music is always going to be my life. I play guitar, I love music. But, yeah, there are days where I just want to give up, but nothing. I'm never going to give up. My favorite artists, period, have to be, rock would be Mudvayne and Slipknot. They're the reasons why, believe it or not, I started rapping fast, because I heard Dig, and I've heard, I can't name them off the top of my head, but some Slipknot songs where he just spit it out, maybe it's a way, but he's just going off. And I was introduced to Tech 9 by my cousin Adrian Medina. Shout out to Adrian. And that just showed me a whole nother world of hip hop. I've never heard of Tech 9 when I was little, and that just showed me a whole different hip hop. And he's a chopper, of course. Who doesn't know who Tech 9 is? And I was like, damn. Hobson, he's one of my favorites too. Hobson, and just all the horrorcore Insane Clown Posse, ICP. Yes, I am a juggalo. Can't you tell by the mask? Yeah, just all the weird shit you can think of are probably gonna be my favorite artists. I wouldn't mind working with Rob, my mentor. I've always, since I first heard his song, what was it? Someday, with JV, and Morbid Dreams with Escalade. I've been wanting to work with him. Stars just having a line with that one. T-Rez, my homeboy T-Rez. I've been wanting to work with him, and this is gonna catch you off guard, but Meta. I've been wanting to work with Meta Music. That dude, he's out there killing shit. Actually, I heard he's gonna be opening up for Ritz. So that's pretty dope. Shout out to you, Meta. I'll be looking forward to, if you see this, to make a song with you. Hopefully we can link up. Yeah, it'd be pretty dope, man. My highlight of my career would probably be performing in front of 1,000 people at a talent show. Laugh all you want. I am 16 years old and I still attend high school, so yes, I did a talent show. This was recently, and I got the whole crowd just going, man. They were cheering. If you look at the video on my wall, they were just going off. That was a highlight, because I've never experienced that. And I love doing shows, whether it's 5 people or 500 people. I'm gonna go out there and give it my all. But that was the highlight of my career, man. Seeing everybody wave their arms with me, hearing everybody sing along. It was just amazing. It gave me the chills. It actually gives me the chills just thinking about it right now, man. It's amazing. That was an amazing highlight of my career. I'm looking forward to more highlights, actually. Once again, it's your boy Psycho. Shout out to DJ Shark, man, for letting me do this. To next generation, bro. I am 16 years old. That shows you that you can do anything. I'm sure there's a lot of older cats who are looking at this like, whoa, you did 16. I am 16 years old. I like to shout out everybody who supports me. There's Rhino, there's D-Real, Day, Kiki, homeboy Kiki, my cousin Adrian Medina, my cousin Erica, my tia Erica. Let me check on this. There's a lot of people. There's Mondo, Paulie, he goes by Practical. Pyronic. I'm starting a new label actually called Cortinas Entertainment, so I'll be looking out for that. Yeah, that's Jessica, my cousin Jessica. Shout out to you, Noah, homeboy Sanchez. Shout out to just everybody who supported me, everybody who attended that talent show, who told me I should have won. Thank you guys. Shout out to you guys. I don't know y'all personally, but thank you.
Yo, what's up? This is Big Ron. I'm about to get down on this documentary here in Corpus Christi, Texas. Yeah, man, for me, what got me started rapping was back in the days hanging around with Blaze One, DJ Shark, man. You know, going to the studio, seeing them guys put in work, Biggie Smalls, you know, John Dada, all them homeboys putting in work, and it inspired me to try it out. Didn't know I had it until I tried it. That's when I wrote my first hit, Windows Up. Yeah, man, back in 2009, when me and Blaze One were putting together some work on DWR Click, and you know, we put together a series of albums, you know, songs, especially, you know, G's on Grind, you know, Cook My Meal. That one got nominated for upcoming artists at the Land Rap Awards. I was pretty proud of that one. And also, you know, we put together a lot of songs, and we just were doing it big in 2009 and 2008, and good things were happening. People love the music. It was going down. Yeah, man, I remember DJ Shark, man, he busted out a beat for me, and it was pretty sweet, and he asked me if I could do something to it, and I said, let me try it out. So I took it home, and I started writing late night. I started writing to it, and all of a sudden I came up with a song that shocked myself and shocked DJ Sharkman and Blaze One. They were freaking out on it, the hook and everything. We put it together, and it's called Windows Up. And that one for me is the best song I wrote because it's my first song, and it was a motivator for me that I can do this. So that's what my first song was, and I really enjoyed it, and I love the time that we put in it, the work we did, and all the talent that we put in there. Blaze One came out on there, you know, putting in his work, you know, do some nasty bars in there, you know, just wrecked it. DJ Sharkman put his love in there in the beats, and he just wrecked it. So definitely, you know, my first song was my best song. Remember the first time I performed, you know, backyard parties, you know, quinceaneras. From there, started at a hall out in Rivera. From Rivera, showed up with them to Bayfest 2007. They performed our song Windows Up there for the crowd, and from there we started performing in different areas around town. Corpus Christi, went all the way to San Antonio to the Land Rap Awards. You know, we did very well up there. It was very fun, exciting. You know, the first time I did it was very nerve-wracking, but after you get the hang of it, everything went smooth. It's fun. I love feeling the crowd in there, seeing what they do, bobbing their head, enjoying the music. So definitely it's a big hype for me. I kind of fell off a little bit here and there for baseball, but definitely rap performance is an awesome feeling. Who supports my dreams? Well, I would say my family, number one. And then after that, of course, you cannot knock the fans. The fans are the ones that, if they love it, they make you feel that you're doing something right. So the fans are definitely a big part of it, always. So I would love to say that the fans and my family and my friends are supportive of my dream. Yeah, I would like to say who gave me a chance. First shot was DJ Sharkman. He gave me my first opportunity to put together some music. I was a little nervous about it, but once he put it together with his master technician that he is, everything came out smooth. He put it together, it sounded like music. To this day, new people that have not heard it love it. Well, my favorite artists I would say is Eazy-E, growing up, Ice Cube, NWA, and from there, that inspired me for that gangster rap. And I started with Ghetto Boys. Ghetto Boys were one of my top. And of course, it went on to Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre and Tupac. But there's a lot of artists now. I'm one of the guys that, man, I love all new and old. I just move around. I love hearing new different things. But definitely NWA was probably my first gangster rap that I say inspired me. So, well, that's a good one. Who would I like to make music with here in town? I think Young Zone right now is hot topic. Boys doing things with Gates and with Flatline when he was doing things. He's with Bloody Money. So Mafia. So I think Young Zone is a good friend of mine. I would like to do some music with him. Try something new. So if anybody right now in the game that I like to do music with, be Young Zone. And my nephews, Daniel Krilla, fam that's doing it out there, pretty much. That's about it. What's up, man? So I hope you enjoyed this documentary with DJ Shark, man, and Corpus Christi here, Texas. How we do it, rolling around, drinking a Bud Light. But I'd like to send shout outs to my fam, my son, little Ron, all my daughters, Samantha, Julia, and Faith. To my unborn, should I say, grandson coming, Aiden. Shouts out to him, and definitely to my fam here in Corpus and all the fans out there. There's a documentary that's gonna make noise out here in Corpus Christi, Texas. And thanks again, DJ Sharkman, for giving me the opportunity to come out in this, man. Appreciate it. Much love.
What's up, man? Bo-Yo, Eyes Low ENT, representing, getting ready to do this interview. You already know what it is. Yeah. Yeah, man, I always really did music. It was like a little hobby to me. I really didn't take it serious at first, but I had a homie named Tone, Rocket 361 Records. He said he had plans for me. We sat down and talked about it, and from there, me and him just started 361 Records again, and from there we took off like a spaceship at the sky going to the top. I did music with 361 Records. That's who I started with. I also did music with Gotti Gang, my boys who I grew up with in the hood, Small Town Killers, my boy Street Bully, Young Vet. That's really who I started doing music with. I've done features with a lot of people, done music with a lot of people, but that's who I started doing music with first. It was a trip. When I wrote my first song and I recorded it and to hear it played back, I had never done that before. So the first time I ever did it, I tripped out. I was just freaking out, like, then to hear myself and then all the things they could do to your voice to make you sound even better. Yeah, it was pretty cool. First time I ever recorded, man. To be able to perform your songs on stage, man, that's a good feeling. Especially if the crowd's into it and they feel your music, and especially the people that know your music and they sing along with you, that's even better. But when I get on stage, I get this type of energy that not a lot of people get, and I'm able to move around like crazy. I'm a big guy, but hey, that stage belongs to me whenever I'm up there, so how it feels real good. It's real good to be up there doing your music, especially when you know you wrote the music. I believe in myself. And my homies around me, they believe in me too, you know. They always telling me I need to take the next step, and this and that. Of course, my kids, they're big fans too. You know, I don't make all the perfect music for them, but hey, they're a big part of my fans, you know, and I love that. I love that my kids are involved in everything. But other than that, I got enough support system to do what I have to do, you know. My homeboy Tone from 361 Records, he's the one that gave me a chance. He's the one that brought me in. He had plans for me, like he said, and he delivered on them plans, bro. Like, he really came through, and I owe a lot to him. And I can't even lie, I owe a lot to Loudmouth too. You know, he believed in me too, and you know, because of him too, like, that's why I am where I'm at now in this music game. And you know, I just want to salute y'all for that. You know, I really appreciate it. If it wasn't for y'all, I would have never took it serious, and I wouldn't be where I'm at now, and people wouldn't know who I am right now. So I appreciate that, man. There's been plenty of times I felt like I just want to give up, or I don't even want to pursue the music. I never really looked at myself as a rapper. I just looked at myself as someone that knows how to do it, you know. But every time I felt like quitting, it brought the mentality to my head that I'm not a quitter. So I just kept on trucking, you know. But there is times when it gets out there and, you know, the city's not really behind you, or other artists ain't really behind you, showing the love that you feel you deserve, or not even really deserve it, but like, you know, you show love to other people, you want that love back too, you know. I'm big on the, if you want respect, you gotta show respect thing. So yeah, man, there's been a lot of times I felt like quitting, and I just always find a way to come right back, you know. So and everybody says Tupac, and I can't lie on that, because he's a big part of my life in the music scene, you know. And of course DJ Screw, because he's from Texas, you know. But a lot of people are gonna think I'm weird because he's kind of weird. But hey, Kevin Gates, man, he got a lot of influence on my music too right now, man. Like, if y'all really just pay attention to him, y'all understand what he's saying, you know. There's a lot of other artists out there that just ain't from Texas that I listen to, you know. Everybody feels like it has to be Texas music, but that's not how it is, you know. And I could honestly say that my style of music, I don't have a style like nobody, you know. I have my own style, and I'm able to switch it up in any way I want. So yeah, Tupac is definitely a big factor, but I'm on the Kevin Gates thing right now, you know. So he got me rolling right now. I can't just say that there's like one or two people in town that I want to make music with, because I've made music with a lot of people. I've done music with Gotti Gang, I've done music with Gunplay Music, you know, I've done music with Bino, I've done music with A.B. Da Vinci, you know, I've done music with Flatline, with Young Zone, you know, with Dapper Don, people who've been in the game, you know. Like, a lot of people don't know this, but before Flatline passed away, R.I.P., I was part of Bloody Money music, you know. I was part of it, you know. So it's not just a person or two people in the city. I'm willing to make music with whoever is serious about making music, you know. They're not just gonna make a song and then not put it out or anything like that, you know. Like, or even if that's what the case is, then hey, you know, there's another route we can go on that, you know. But as far as making music, yeah, I mean, I'm willing to make music with whoever. I'm open for anything, you know. So the highlight of my career, I got a lot of them, you know, and a lot of them is opening up for shows for like 2 Chainz, or being on stage with Kevin Gates, or, you know, I've opened up for a lot of named people, Plies, you know. I could go on and go on and go on, but I'm gonna say the highlight of my career was my very first show, you know, because I was able to share that experience with my homies, my close homies, you know, and it was my first show, and it was packed, and the city really showed love that night, you know. So that was the highlight of my career, you know. There could be so many other times too that I had so much fun and being around my boys and just doing music and being around someone who's famous and stuff like that, but I had to be my first show. That one killed it all, you know. That one set it off for Boyo to do his thing. Man, I just want to send a shout out to everybody out there, man, doing the music, you know. Hey, a lot of people hate out there and say that, you know, music's not for everybody, but I say if you love it, then do it, you know. Don't ever let nobody tell you what you can't do. Do what you feels right. Do what you got in your heart, you know what I'm saying? I want to send a shout out to all my boys that out there still doing it, you know, pushing, striving. I know it ain't easy, it's hard, you know. Hey, but we're all here together, you know. Boyo, Oslo, I rep Bad Rep. Shout out to Sharkman, Deep Water Records, you know. Y'all make sure y'all check out the documentary, man. There's a lot of hard hitters on here. Y'all check it out, man, for sure. Yeah.
What's good? It's D10 in this bitch, you know what I'm saying? 1K. Music is shit. B-Roll, my nigga Rio, Low Key, Y'all B, Zay, you know what I'm saying? DZ. I made music with a couple of motherfuckers out here, like, I don't know, something like that, you know what I'm saying? What it was like to write my first song and shit. I don't know, it wasn't really all that loud, you know what I'm saying? I was just young, coming up and shit, but just some basic ass shit. Now I'm 10 times better, I'm on a whole nother level now. You know what I'm saying? I upgraded. I'm a monster now. I perform, you know what I'm saying, be straight. Everybody be feeling my shit, the music really quick, so I always get feedback right after the show, as soon as I'm doing all that, like, all my niggas support my dreams, 1K, you know what I'm saying, he the one who really fuck with my music the most, out of everybody, and Rob, you know what I'm saying, so shit, those who really support me, 1K, you know what I'm saying, those. I don't never feel like giving up. Like, my shit go hard to motherfuckers, so I'ma keep on pushing this shit, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people already fucking my shit, so ain't no stopping shit. I'm finna keep on going. You make music with any motherfucker out here that's better than the piece of one. I got the heat come fuck with me because yeah, you know what I'm saying? My favorite artist is my gun, so I go hard for the motherfuckers. I'm my own inspiration. I made my own swag. I don't sound like no nigga, so I'm my favorite artist. That's all my niggas 1K. Shout out to Sharkman for, you know what I'm saying, for the interview. So let's get it, let's wrap up the video.
Go ahead and check out this documentary, Pioneers to the Next Generation. It's your boy J Rax. Big shout out to Sharkman again for this. And what really got me started rapping was, I just really was feeling the music, but I was really dancing before I started. And then, you know, started hearing music more and more, so started trying it myself, and I guess I started feeling it a little bit. I just went on from that way, got an opportunity, and I took it. I made some music with some local artists here, like B-Row, D-Tay. You know, I made a couple songs with Dapper Don, and mostly, other than that, by myself. Probably gonna get a feature with Rio. Well, whoever else I get a feature with, I guess. Really just how it comes to me. Really, that's how I see it. Write my first song. It was complicated. At first it sounded like shit to me, so, you know, I kept rewriting it. And then, you know, I showed my mom, she was feeling it. And then I showed my pops, he wasn't feeling it, because, you know your pops, you know, feel your shit. He likes it to be no cussing, no none of that. But, you know, I did it my own style, and it ended up coming out right, I guess, as I can tell. Well, when I first did my song, honestly, I think it was in front of a big crowd, and Colleen at a car show, and that was like, I think, probably the biggest crowd I had for my first time ever doing it, you know. But I still got up there and I did my thing. But I ain't gonna lie, a lot of people probably ain't nervous with shit. I was nervous off my ass, had to wear my glasses, you know, I was just going with the flow and it ended up being alright. Probably the biggest belief I got in is from my family, my baby mama. You know, well, I did stop for a little bit, and then, you know, my fam right here, B-Roll, started getting me back into it, so I started going again. So I guess, you know, my fam B-Roll right here gave me some more motivation to keep on and keep going. about it. I really don't want to talk about my first big chance because I got fans off of it, but it didn't really take me anywhere like I wanted to. It wasn't me. I had to be somebody else. So I'm gonna go ahead and say my second chance was my fam. Again, B-Roll. You know, asked me for a feature. We went to go to Fendi Beats. Shout out to him again. You know, pretty much we started off with him, and then, you know, he got with 1,000. So ever since then, I just been fucking with 1,000. Do I feel like giving up? Hell no. I don't know why? Because I feel myself too much. And because there's no point in giving up. I mean, on the cool, who cares what people think? It's on you. It depends how you want to take it. If you're going to take it however people care, then it just isn't going to be for you. Because in this game, it's either you with it or you out the door. So I take it as an advantage to go get it. So I don't think about giving up at all. Keep about going and getting it. You know, who do I want to make music with in time? I already got some features with Bro, probably with D-Tay, if I learn how to sing. You know, I got Rio back here that probably gonna get on something real soon with. Got on some features with that boy Shrek, AG, probably Young Rollers. Probably really, I ain't really heard of anybody, but if anybody else out there should just hit me up on Facebook. We can get on features like quick, ASAP. I would like to give a shout out to 1,000 Gang, B-Roll, D-Tay, Rio, Sharkman. Give a shout out to myself, J-Rax. Give a shout out to my family, everybody out there watching it, supporting it. We're gonna keep on coming, we ain't stopping.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Miss J Dynasty. I'm getting ready to do the documentary with Sharkman on behalf of everybody here in 361, supporting all local artists. So stay tuned to get to know a little bit more about me. Okay, so why I got started. Well, I got started, I was young. I loved to sing when I was 8, 9 years old. Me and my cousin Vanessa, we would always sing all the time. Our favorite song actually was Casey and JoJo, All My Life. And we had our own little sections, you know, which parts we would sing, and we would do it in front of family. And so that's how I started. I guess I just loved singing. And but to be honest, as I got older, I stopped. I stopped. I was so afraid of rejection. I just couldn't do it anymore. I was just too afraid. I didn't even take choir class because I was just so afraid of rejection. But at 17, somebody hit me up in my inbox on MySpace and was telling me that he needed if I knew any girls, any female singers, you know, who would probably be willing to jump on some music. He was looking for some, and at that time I was singing, of course, at the house, everywhere, and so I was like, okay, well, you know what? Let me just do this. Let me try it out. So I told him, I was like, you know what? I like to sing, but I've never actually got into a studio and did something like that. But it's interesting. So we set something up. I went, and that night he put me on 5 different tracks of his. And I tell you what, I never left the studio since then because, you know, that's all I needed. That was like my confirmation. Like, you know what? This is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. This is me right here. So that's how I got started as far as singing. Everything else that came after that was, let's say, lessons learned and obstacles that I had to overcome. Dealing with other individuals, producers or any other artists during that time. This was 10 years ago. But nobody would take me seriously, you know, so that motivated me enough to get all my equipment, get everything together, you know, so that I can learn how to produce my own music and do it for myself, because that's how it's going to get done, obviously, during that time, because they were going to be helping me like how I thought, you know, they would, and how I felt like I deserved. So that's motivation enough for me. So that's how I got started. And as far as making music with anybody, if anybody knows, and if you don't, I actually don't do any music with anybody. I don't have a team. I don't have a crew or anything, a group. I am solo, individual. I always have been. I tried to as much as I could. But at the same time, I would also, in the past, and even till now, when I first got started, I would actually get in contact with other groups of people and ask them for an exchange, like if you need any hooks and if you need any female singers on your songs, I'm willing to help you guys. Just can you please record me, one of my own solo songs, because I really wanted to branch out to become my own individual artist. And that's how I started doing that, as far as networking and trying to work with anybody with, as far as music was concerned. So there was a few groups coming up, back in the day. I did a lot of music even out in Arizona when I was there out in college for about a year or two. It was a lot of fun, but even out to now, since I do have everything myself, I still do my best to remain independent. I find that's the best way right now. At the same time, I would love to actually create a team of my own, of people with the same mind frame, that can understand what I'm trying to build and be a part of something that can just be something so big and amazing, but only if we can come together. And it's hard, so I don't feel like I found anybody like that. And if so, please come talk with me. Let's have a meeting, because it's to me, unity, I think, is what's gonna make everything happen. Not only for myself, but for anybody else who just wants to join the team. You know what I mean? And so to write and record my first song. I've always loved to write. In school, writing and how to write something, put something together. It was always very interesting to me because I felt like I could put some stuff together. If you give me a pen and paper, let me write something down, I could make some things flow together real good, real smoothly. So I felt, and so when I got that opportunity though with that friend of mine from MySpace, when I had that opportunity, during that time he actually did send me a beat too, so that I could work on something for myself. And so I was there every day, like listening to this beat, trying to come up with something. And I had no idea what I was doing, okay, mind you. I had no idea, but I knew I wanted to do it. I knew I wanted to try. So that's what I did, and it was exciting, but it was it was nervously excited all at the same time. Like, I can't believe I'm actually gonna do this right now, but I want to do it so bad, So that's how that was a feeling that I got when I first started writing on to a song that was gonna be mine. Something special. So to perform my songs, what does it feel like? It feels, well, I'm only human, man. So right before I get on stage, like, I'm good, but right before, like the minute or two right before, my heart sinks. I get a little nervous. My mind kind of wants to be like, start flipping out. But then of course I'm like, no, I got this. It ain't nothing. So I go, and once I hear the music, once I hear it all, I'm at home. And I rather just feel like that when I'm performing, because I think that's when I do my best, because I want everybody to see the emotion that I put whenever I'm singing my songs, because that's what that's the emotion that I put when I'm writing these things, so that people I want you to feel me, you know what I mean? So it's exciting. It's exciting whenever I perform. The ones who support and believe in me, first and foremost, the first person who believes in me the most would be my husband. I've been with him for 8 years. Right before I met him, I was doing music just for about a couple of years right before I met him, or maybe a year. And but I told him, I love music. This is what I do. This is what I'm gonna do. And he was already 1,000% supportive of it. So number one supporter right there. Family, of course. I do got a few friends throughout the years. Some that are from 10 to 15 years. I know. They got me too. The support is there. Believing too. Everybody who has started believing in me. My supporters. Anybody who actually listens to my music, who follows me on Facebook, on Instagram, Snapchat, and all of you, online. The ones who even hear about me through a mutual friend, or come across my music, or come across my pictures or something. Whatever the case is, those people are the ones, that support me, believe in me. Those are the people that, a great example of another route why I do what I do, because I want to provide for them, because they love it. So why not give it to them, man? It's amazing to smile. So to make somebody else smile, I think is I have a lot of days. Every day, you know, I have days where I want to give up. No lie. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm only human. But every time that I want to give up because a lot of things just aren't going right, you know, like I said, you know, this is life. Obstacles come all the time. And when you're as independent, if you're an independent artist like myself, you can understand how the struggle can get to you sometimes to where, you know, mentally you feel like you're doing all that you can, but ain't nothing going nowhere. You feel like you ain't achieving nothing, or, you know, you're not where you want to be. And it can mentally break you down as an artist. Mentally, you know, to where you just like want to just say, wash your hands, throw your hands up, you know what, I'm done. But at the same time, if it's passion, if it's something you're passionate about, then either way, you're gonna want to do it at the end of the day. There's gonna be something in the back of your mind saying, you know, you can't just stop doing this, you know. And that's what I feel like. Like I can't, because even if I want to, the thought of knowing or even believing that I can no longer do this, like at all, and I don't know. It breaks my heart. Like I don't even want to think about it. It's like a death to me if this was to ever lose, you know, my sight, and I can't do this no more. So, you know, it has its great things, it has the bad things. The only bad thing about it is just the fact that, like I said, you know, obstacles and struggles can possibly get in the way to where you feel like you're held back. You held yourself back, and that could be a mentally an issue mentally that can hurt you. But other than that, as far as wanting to give up, I think about it all the time. But do I do it? I'm still right here. So, you know, it's possible you can get through it. For any artists that inspired me to do music, to sing, man, I love R&B music. I love soul music, soulful voices. That's what I love. So, hands down, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Mary J. Blige. You know, just that music right there, man. That's right. That kind of music right there. It just clings to my soul. That's what I love, that type of style. And of course, getting into newer age, I love me some Alicia Keys, baby. I love Alicia Keys and Keisha Cole. Vocal wise, Christina Aguilera, man, everybody can say what they want to say, but that girl has a beautiful voice. You know, Melanie Fiona, a beautiful voice. So, powerhouses, you know, that's my inspiration right there. So. All right, so locally, if I could make music with anybody locally, who would I pick? Well, I laugh because I'm a genuine fan of this guy's music, and not only his music, but his production, his vocals, you know, his style, the tones, you know, harmony, everything that is put into this craft that he makes, I think is immaculate. So, Gabe Parker, I would love to work with you, man. And he's cool people, with great people, very genuine, down to earth, you know, very, very humble guy. If you haven't heard about Gabe Parker, if you haven't checked out his music, man, you need to check it out. His talent, it's very talented. So that'll be the one person that I could pick as far as helping making me a song, R&B and soul. Yeah, Gabe Parker. Okay, so my highlight of my music career so far, you know, that's a tough one because I feel like I'm still going through the motions of getting there. You know, I'm on my way. I feel like something big, major might happen. You know, I have no idea what it can or can't, you know, what it could be. But if I had to pick a highlight, I would have to say last year, my birthday bash, July 4th, 2015, at Club Aria on the rooftop. That was awesome. That was so awesome. I won't ever forget it because I was able to create one of my songs, "I Ain't Leaving You," which was produced by Willie P. If you guys know it, it's a very hip hop pop song. Well, I wanted to create an acoustic version, and special thanks to Juven Ayala from Nova Nation Entertainment. He was able to connect me with some guitar players that he knew, and we were able to rehearse together. You know, I showed them my song. Hey, you know, can we create an acoustic version to this thing? So to be able to go through that motion, to go through the rehearsals, and actually having these two guitar players work with me on my own song, that, you know, that in its own is a feeling so blessed, you know, to have that opportunity. So to be able to perform that at my birthday bash, and even at that, I didn't even know if I was going to be able to do a birthday bash. You know, I wanted it so bad. I've been wanting it for years, because I knew that it was going to be a long time, you know, till my birthday was going to land on a Saturday, and I didn't want to be already almost 40, because if I would get there the next 5 or 7 years, the next time my birthday's on Saturday, that's what would happen. But anyway, so I was able to get it all together and perform, and I had a great turnout. I had some people come perform with me. I mean, there was always a hiccup. Something has to happen in the very, very end, but everything overall was great, to where, you know, it made me feel good at the end, seeing the cops coming in to be like, everybody has to leave now, you know, and we still had a full house, so it was awesome. All right, kings and queens, well, that was it. That was my documentary. So again, special thanks, Shark Man behind the camera, for setting all of this up for everybody, you know, having everybody get this opportunity. So I hope y'all were able to find out a little bit more about me, if it was interesting enough. So stay tuned for more. They're gonna have a lot more coming, so make sure y'all have a good lookout on that. And shout out to everybody out there, man, who always supports me and my movement, and everybody out there doing their thing, all the artists out here, you know, doing their music, trying to push themselves to the next level. You know, I salute everybody out here actually trying to do something with themselves. So, you know, as always, you gotta know your worth. Gotta know your worth and go get it. So until next time, y'all come holler at me. Y'all know where to find me. Miss J Dynasty. Bye.
I'm a block leader, the state representative. In my hood, they call me Mr. President. I'm a block leader, the state representative. In my hood, they call me Mr. President. I'm a block leader, the state representative. In my hood, they call me Mr. President.
I'm a blocker boy, I'm Mr. Go Get 'em, making moves on my block, best believe I'm gon' hit 'em. I'm Mr. Get Money, Mr. Get Paper. Give me my cash, show me the toast and the bakers. Blocker boy, with them choppers boy. Got my goons all around, checking out for them coppers boy. Got them block burners, 2-seater heaters, automatic AK and 9mm.
Block leader, the state representative.